Bianca Cook and this is Club 82. We are starting a brand new YouTube series where I interview top level athletes and ask them what's next. Today we are here in Liverpool in the Four Corner Combat Gym with double Olympic champion, world champion and all-round legend Jade Jones. Jade, how are you doing?
I'm great, thank you.
So we're here to speak to Jade about her career, winning Olympic gold and to ask the big question. Now that you've retired from Taekwondo, what's next? Jade, are you ready?
Born ready.
Let's go. So Jade, how did you get into Taekwondo?
So I was a bit of a cheeky, naughty kid and from like a council estate background. Yeah, it was just kind of by chance. It was Taekwondo, I was going off on the wrong path. My granddad kind of seen that. And then it was just any martial art he wanted to get me in, took me down to the local club. And it was by chance it was Taekwondo. And then ever since that day, I just absolutely fell in love with it.
So you definitely made the right decision. You are world champion, three-time European champion and double Olympic champion. Did you think you would be that successful? You
know, if I was that little kid and I won all of this, I would have, you know, bit your hand off for them achievements. But weirdly, I did have a confidence, you know, a subconscious confidence, because obviously when I was little, I wrote down on my wall, become the first Olympic champion, get into the academy. You know, it was so many crazy goals. And back then, you know, my mum and dad probably thought, like, is this little kid crazy? You know, I was only 15, but I must have knew, you know, to write down like the first Olympic champion and things like that. So yeah, I think I always knew I could be good, but now standing here as an adult, you know,
double Olympic champion.
Yeah, you know, it's amazing and like beyond my wildest dreams.
And to achieve what you have in a combat sport, people do underestimate how hard it is to be that consistent. Was you always natural as a fighter, or was it something you had to learn? You
know, fighter was always in me. Like I said, I was from a council estate. I'm more rough and tumble than people think. And I've got memories of a kid on like the field where I used to live, and I'd get the boys round, you know, like sparring for fun, like playing boxing. Like I said, I was always a tomboy, loved playing football, any kind of sport I loved. So I'd say it's definitely, you know, there's a fighter inside.
Inside you. You were born a fighter.
I was born a fighter, yeah, but I trained it as well.
So Olympic time now. You have been to 4 Olympics and you're only 32. Pretty impressive. And you're double Olympic champion. Let's talk about London. We know you love London. So please tell me in your own words what London 2012 meant to you.
I love how you make 32 sound young. Appreciate that, thank you. London, you know, it'll always have a special place in my heart, as you know. Being 19, first games, home games, and I just had that young youthfulness. I didn't care, I didn't have fear. I was just so excited, so happy to be there, and just kind of just turned up, fought, went for it. And obviously to have, you know, to win gold, it was just incredible. And I think ever since that day, I've kind of chased that same high, that same feeling, which nothing could kind of ever compare. So the best one for me.
Yeah, I know you talk about all the time. It's really impressive and it's probably your first ever love. But did it change your life? Do you feel like it made a big change and a big impact after it?
I think in the moment I expected more. You know, you expect to kind of sail off into the sunset and, I don't know, be a trillionaire or something. I don't know, what I had in my head. But so at the time I remember thinking, I thought it would change my life more than this. You know, it's like straight after the Olympics, a few months later, you're back in the gym, back in the sweaty grind and hard work, and it felt like it hadn't really changed. Whereas now I'm older, I look back, you know, it's made my life. I'm Jade Jones Olympic champion now forever, and it's gave me so much opportunity, been able to let me live a life that I want to live, traveling the world and all these amazing opportunities. So yeah, now I look back, it's made my life. You
went 4 years later to Rio and backed it up with another gold. Do you feel like it's harder to retain it, or is it probably harder to get it the first time? Because I know what I would pick, but which one would you pick? Which is harder?
I think definitely I'll have to say retain it. It was, I'd say, physically, the first time was harder because I wasn't as good. You know, I was young, I wasn't the best of the best. But mentally, it was harder to retain it. After London, I kind of had that target on my back, and no one kind of prepares you for that. I remember like coming into the gym and, you know, even the lads were trying to beat me up, you know, are you the Olympic champion? And they want to get like one over on you. And even going to the competitions, I remember it just felt different, you know, pressure. It wasn't as fun, I didn't enjoy it as much. So I had to kind of learn on the job and learn how to be the champion. So when I won in Rio, it was just more like relief.
Yeah,
like,
relief off the shoulders.
God. And obviously you know that as well. The more you win, the harder it gets mentally, so it's tough.
No, I 100% agree with you. I personally think to retain any championship gold medal, Olympic gold medal, is incredible, and it's definitely underestimated what people do. And you've done it. You did it twice.
No, and it gets harder and harder, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Every time, every year, we know it.
We get older and more into it. But after that, you went on to go to another 2 Olympics. You qualified for Tokyo and Paris. I know how hard it is to qualify in Taekwondo. I think it's one of the hardest sports to qualify in Taekwondo. You have to be top 5 in the world. You have to be on form for the whole 4 years. And you did that. Do you look back now and think how impressive that was?
When I look back, it is impressive. You know, I'm buzzing. I went to 4 Olympics, but when I talk about it to people, it's like always like I say, I've got 2 Olympics. I could have got another one, you know, and it's easy to say that, isn't it? It shoulda, woulda, coulda. So I think I'll always be frustrated and have, not regret, but have that disappointment because I believed I had more in me than I shown. But there is times when I look and I think, wow, 4 Olympics, that's crazy. And I think, again, as I'm older now and you realise how tough them cycles are, it's draining. Yeah, mentally, physically. Do you know what I mean? You went through injury. We were in the house together. We went through the ups and downs. It's tough to do one cycle. So I think now I see them going on to the next cycle. I think, God, how did we do that for so many years?
What an achievement to have, and do 4 Olympics and 2 Olympic gold medals is not bad.
I'll take it. I suppose I have to.
Yeah. So Jade, the big question now, you've retired from Taekwondo, you've got 4 Olympic Games in the bag, and we all want to know, what's next for Jade Jones?
Most people have probably heard now, I'm doing the crazy challenge of trying to go professional boxing.
Very crazy.
Yeah, I was actually sat in your kitchen, to be fair. I remember just sitting there thinking, you know, we were thinking what we're going to do now, and then it just popped into my head, like, I think I might give boxing a go. I've always thought, you know, when I've seen it, like, I think I would like to give it a go, I think I'd be good. And then I've just bit the bullet. First it started off as a bit of a distraction, and then here we are, yeah, going pro. Boxing
is not an easy sport. Did you realise that when you chose it in the kitchen?
I'm kind of learning along on the job now. It's harder than I thought. Like, of course, I knew it was going to be hard. I knew what it entails, you know, getting punched in the head. It's a proper fight. It's different to Taekwondo. But I think the more spars that I do now, I'm realising even more how hard it is and the work that I'm going to have to put in to reach pro level. But I'm still enjoying it. I'm still loving it. And I'm still happy with my decision, I think.
So you did choose boxing, but did you not think to go in the cage behind us and try MMA, or was it boxing?
I think when I first came to this gym, to be fair, they were like, why wouldn't you do MMA? You know, like you're Olympic champion with your feet. And in my head then, it's like, no, I want to be a boxer. I want to come out in the shorts, like I said, the ring walk and stuff. That just kind of excites me. But now I'm learning like the punching skills. I've got the feet skills, so it would be transferable. So I'll never say never.
You do kick, and you have kicked with your legs for 20 odd years. Now it's all about your hands. Do you naturally just want to kick them when you're in the ring, or have you got that out of you?
To be fair, there's a funny story, like my first few spars that I did, you know, like the clash, what we do in Taekwondo.
I knew you would.
Anytime someone would fly at me, I'd literally be there like that, and I remember the girl saying, like, she's kicking. But I haven't actually kicked anyone, but the leg does twitch a little bit.
If in doubt, just kick them. It's like your plan.
If I'm losing, yeah, stuff it, go out with a bang, boom, kick to the head.
Well, speaking about fight, when will we see you fight?
So the aim is September. Like I said, I've been doing it two and a half months now, so that'll give me like another 5 months. So that's the aim.
Well, on your ring walk as well, do you have a song in mind? Because you've said it twice now about coming out with the lights, the cameras, and what would your ring song be?
Right now, I haven't got one in mind, but obviously you know how much I love my music. I always had my headphones in competition day. Yeah, it really does. You know, music gets me to like a different place. So I think it'll just be what's in my mind at the time. You know, the song that's hitting really good at the time, but I'll keep you updated. And do you reckon you could become world champion? That's a tough question, and of course, you know, the dream would to be world champion, but this is a tough sport. It is arguably the toughest sport in the world, and like I said, I'm slowly realising it is tough.
We're saying that now? Is that what we're saying?
It is tough. So the aim first is to be to do a pro debut. My first fight, obviously coming out with the lights and the ring walk, and you know that would be amazing for me. And then we'll see where we are after that first fight.
Well, I can't wait. So thank you, Jay, for giving up so much of your time, and I cannot wait to follow your new boxing journey. Don't forget to like and subscribe, follow Jade's journey, and watch out for the new series. Let's go.
Can't make a brew, come on. Let's get a cup of tea.